please welcome the CEO and founder of Black Women Animate Studios, Ms. Taylor Shaw. Hello.
Hi. Hey, Portia. How are you?
I'm doing really well. It is great to have you here. Our first, and I have a feeling maybe youngest C-suite sister. We'll see how this goes, but this is such an impressive story. We wanted to start with you because the industry of animation is not something that we synonymous with women or Black women.
No, it's not.
And here you are at the top.
Yes,
Tell us your story.
I am, and it's a really true and powerful story of community and what is possible when you tell a little girl, a little Black girl, that she can do anything. I never had anyone tell me that I couldn't do. So I thought, just like the quote you just shared with us, I thought, yeah, I just got to do what I got to do. I have to support Black women in this space. So for me, growing up on the South Side of Chicago, I've always been interested in art and animation and storytelling. And when it came to, after journalism school, looking at how I can support more Black women in entertainment, have a voice, be in the C-suite, I wanted to make an animated series. I was calling it a Black girl version of this crazy animated cartoon some folks might know called The Boondocks.
Yes, indeed. And you're kind of giving me Boondocks vibes in your little girl pictures.
Yes, I used a little bit of mischief always on my face.
So you watched these cartoons. You loved cartoons as a kid, and it's kind of just carried with you professionally, right?
Yes, absolutely. And when I was looking to make that show, I thought this is going to be so easy because I'm going to find all these awesome Black women animators to make the show with me.
Right.
Could not find one. And so myself and our founding and managing partner, J. Love Calderon, came together to create this company that has done so much work in advancing Black women in the space.
So what happens when you say, okay, this is my idea, like you didn't think you couldn't do it because no one told you couldn't, which is fantastic, which is also one of the things I really love about your generation too. You all really haven't heard a whole lot of no's yet. Yeah. So that's good. But how did you get to a point where you were like, okay, it's still just kind of me, myself, and I in these spaces? How did you still stand out as you were making your way up to the top?
Like I said, I'm from the South Side of Chicago, so I'm a straight shooter. So the name of the company is Black Women Animate. And with that, a lot of studios came to us, in that 2020 surge of folks looking for diversity and to empower diverse voices. And so our team really took advantage of that. And also our name is a call out to Black women, women of color, non-binary artists of color, to say that this company is a home and exists for you, and we want to scale up with you in mind. And
so tell us, for those who don't understand exactly what you're doing and how you're doing it, tell us more about what you do with BWA.
Yes, so our studio, we are a full-fledged studio now, working with everyone from Hulu to Netflix to HBO. One of the films that we actually just contributed to is coming to Netflix November 20th. Another film, is about James Brown, and it has Questlove and Mick Jagger as EPs. So we've done a lot of fabulous work as a studio, showing that Black women and diverse talent can deliver premium content. And at our studio, we make sure that on every project we are training folks up on the job and giving a lot of people their first shot. Because funny enough, I didn't know one thing about animation production when I started the studio. I just knew that I have an eye for art, and I also love Black women and want to see us be able to have full-time careers as artists.
I just want to pause on the language. When I started a studio, and how empowering that is. You are creative, but you had to pull some business skills in there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how you did that, how you learned what you didn't know, right?
Yes. I think
what did that take?
I love that question because I did work at other production companies, other TV networks, and I loved doing that because I thought of it as paid CEO training, because I learned a lot of what to do and a lot of what not to do, and also a lot of the gaps that were existing when it came to inclusion of Black women on those channels, in the content that we were creating. And so I've always been kind of just entrepreneurial, I think because my parents are entrepreneurial, and also our founding partner, J. Love Calderon, is, you know, a great media mind and business mind. And together we really thought through and made equity advancing while also building a business, and we made that happen.
And that's so impressive. I know though too that there had to be some days where you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing, and how am I going to get this all right?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of that has to do with the support system, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, like, you know, most Black companies, I mean, how there are no other studios named Black Women Animate. Sometimes when I was looking for Black women animators, I would try to Google and we will pop up. So, you know, I'm like, okay, well, I guess we have to keep innovating. We have to keep doing that work and reaching out to try to find the talent and let them know that we exist. So, of course, you know, a lot of Black women like us who are innovative and entrepreneurial have to figure out how to make $1 out of 15 cents.
That's what we do.
And yeah, that's what we do, and that's what we've done. And also, my goal is for there to be more successful Black women-led companies in the industry. Yes.
So I want to do this before we run out of time in this segment. I want to take a look at just a little clip of some of what you do.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a look. Just a sample, just a little sample of the creativity. And so much goes into that. And I think people think, oh, just people draw and then you put it on a slate and then but there's so much more to that. So many positions in this industry.
So many positions. And that's also what we want, you know, Black parents, parents of color to know is that our kids can have jobs in animation and gaming, 6-figure careers, living out our dreams, and also advancing representation in animation, in gaming, which
great
is
goals.
needed. Yeah.
Great goals. All right, don't go anywhere. We're going to continue this conversation. Listen, you know, you can't make it to the C-suite without a little help from some folks with experience, right? Up next, don't go anywhere. You're going to meet Fatima Abdullah, the head of animation for BWA, when we return.